everyone, your boy Corey here, aka Crasher, and...
Cosmog!
Woo! And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a new discussion video. Now, keep in mind, the contents of this video is merely just speculation, so please take it with a grain of salt. We are back with some Chinese Riddler shenanigans to go over, so without further ado, let's begin with this. So we have the Chinese Riddler making the rounds on Twitter, and we begin with this. I rewrote this. It's fun, and we have ourselves an image of the character in a library with the text, Mantike, Weasel, and a Qwilfish with huge spikes acknowledged the human's bravery and... Now this right here is a thread that carries on with the following. Once upon a time in the East Sea, there was a Pokemon known as the Weeping Princess. The 7th Knight asked Pokemon living there to let them see the princess. Electric, Clobopus, and Inkay, with its evil smile, acknowledged this warrior's bravery and joined them. And we have ourselves images showcasing Cursula, Electric, Clobopus, and Inkay. Together, they set off in a boat over the sunset-streaked sea, sailing through the ocean gate stretched over the waves. Would you like to keep reading? Now, when we dive into the comments of this thread, we can see that there is quite the amount of mention when it comes to Qwilfish. So maybe, just maybe, this right here could be referring to either a new form of Qwilfish, an evolution of Qwilfish, or both a new form of Qwilfish and an evolution of Qwilfish.
And notice how he showed 4 images of supposedly seafaring Pokemon, but none of them are water types. Could that be a clue that Qwilfish might lose its water typing?
Oh, you know what? I never actually thought about that until you just brought that up. That right there could be a very good point, and a possibility should something like this come into fruition. Maybe this variation of Qwilfish or its evolution is completely retyped. Maybe it's not going to be just, well, not a water type. Maybe it could be something like a steel type because of its spikes, or maybe a pure poison type, or something completely different that goes beyond imagination.
Or poison steel?
Oh, now that right there would be a pretty sexy typing, although you do have to watch out for that ground type weakness. You are 4 times weak to ground if you are steel and poison.
I hope they invented air balloons back in Hisuian.
Yes, me too. Please. I hope we have air balloons back in those ancient days. Now, it's not over yet because the Chinese Riddler put out something else that is very interesting. You know, the disharmonious creature mentioned in this description will finally get its counterpart in Pokémon Legends Arceus and link some character's background story. Interesting, huh? And we have ourselves an image accompanying this tweet that is a Pokedex entry from Fire Red. That is Raichu's Pokedex entry that reads the following. Its electric charges can reach even 100,000 volts. Careless contact can cause even an Indian elephant to faint.
A disharmonious creature, huh? Could they be talking about Raichu or Copperajah?
That is very interesting because we actually did a little bit of looking up into both of these Pokemon, and Copperajah does not seem disharmonious. It seems like it is a type of Pokemon that is more than willing to get along with humans and its own kind in its herd. So that kind of leaves us with Raichu here. I'm kind of wondering if perhaps maybe this disharmonious creature that's mentioned here is a reference to Raichu, and maybe it's gonna have perhaps a new form, be it a Hisuian form, maybe a split evolution. Who knows about that?
Could this be where Gorochu actually comes into play?
Ah yes, the fabled Gorochu, the rumored evolution way the hell back in the day. Maybe, just maybe, we could see Gorochu finally be a thing in Pokemon Legends Arceus, although I am a press X to doubt on that one. However, I will not close that book completely, as anything is possible. But I also want to add in these 2 tweets as well, as they bring up something interesting. One of them comes from Steelix. this should be interesting since this being Raichu doesn't fit into the riddle collage. Very interesting for sure. Gorochu returning, and Hai ends up responding by saying, they said the Pokemon mentioned in the description, so an elephant Pokemon, not Raichu. So could this actually mean Copperajah and not Raichu? This right here is very, very interesting of a riddle to try and decipher here. So these right here are just merely guesses. We highly, highly doubt we're going to get any of this bang on 100% spot on. However, there is something else that is mentioned here because Copperajah is not the only elephant-like Pokemon in the Pokemon universe. We have Sombra tweeting out, it's definitely the elephant, but I doubt it is a Copperajah new form. I think it is a new form of Donphan, maybe Riddle 3, to which the Sleepy Firefly responded with, I agree. I feel like it could be talking about Donphan. It is ground, which counters Raichu's electric, so maybe it gains Dark or Ghost to counter Alolan Raichu. It may even just get a new evolution instead of form. Even if it just appears in the game, I'll be happy. So now we have ourselves Donphan being thrown into the mix here, and yeah, Donphan is an elephant-like Pokemon.
And Donphan is one of those Pokemon that deserves more love than it currently has.
I agree. I
mean,
million% agree.
They cut it out from Sword and Shield.
Yes, they did. It was a big mistake. So I hope that should Donphan return in Pokemon Legends Arceus, it will return with some new toys, if you know what I mean. So that's pretty much going to be a wrap-up here for right now when it comes to content revolving around the Chinese Riddler. What are your guys' thoughts, opinions, and speculations on what it is we discussed here in this video? Especially when it comes to your own speculations, we would love to hear you guys out in the comments down below. And that's it for the video, ladies and gentlemen, so we want to say thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing, and especially commenting down below, because we love to hear you guys out. Always have. That will never ever change. Thank you guys again for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day or night, depending on your time zone. And we'll see you guys in the next one.